sit down with your boss and discuss through like how come the attitude, the working relationship is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think it's good to clarify that if today there's a need to lah.
Right.
But if you're jumping the gun and wanting to talk to the boss about, are you treating me differently because I went for interview? I think maybe not.
Don't out yourself, right?
Yeah, don't out yourself that way.
Hello and welcome back to the Ask Work It segment of the podcast. If you have a question that you're struggling with or you don't know who to confide in, write into us, leave a comment wherever you're listening from, and we will try our best to help. Today's question, Gerald, was sent in by Anxious Auntie.
Anxious.
Anxious, very anxious.
Okay, tell me more.
She is currently employed, but was invited for an interview by the senior leader of another company. The interview went really well. Lots of positive signals, very encouraging vibes. Unfortunately, after the interview, things took a turn. So,
Okay.
this is confounding, okay? The hiring leader mentioned that they were personally connected to someone at Anxious Auntie's current workplace and wanted to do things properly.
What does do things properly mean, right?
What does that even mean, right?
Okay.
And then instead of continuing informal chats, the process was handed over to HR for a formal interview. But suddenly, silence.
Okay. She was kind of ghosted.
Yeah, ghosted a little bit. No follow-up, no replies from the hiring company. What happened here? So she was getting stressed out because immediately after this chain of events, the listener, Anxious Auntie, noticed a clear change in attitude from her boss at work. Now she's worried. Is it that somebody spoke to somebody? Did someone mention the interview to her boss? And what should she do next?
Wow. So two situations here, right?
Yeah.
The first one is the ghosting. What was the reason for that? And what does really doing things properly, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And then of course the second point here is what to do about the boss,
Yeah.
the current employer, current supervisor who seems to have a change of attitude towards her. Could it be related to the interview or not? We don't really know for sure, right?
Yeah. So which one should we tackle first?
Yeah, maybe we can talk about the ghosting one because I think that's something that very often happens. I'm sure you have heard of people who went for interviews and then they don't get back any follow-ups from there. Yeah. What do you think is happening there usually?
I mean, I would imagine that they just decided to go an entirely different direction because I've had interview experiences myself where I felt things were going really well. You know, it was almost like I was talking to the interviewer like I've known them for years. Like we were old friends just reconnecting. And
Wow.
it was a formality to go through the interview, but like we have to do this for process. And then I never hear back from them.
Oh,
So
okay.
I imagine it's because they speak to me and they're like, I like him, but like we're going in a different direction.
And that's really the point of an interview, right? But for Anxious Auntie, I think she didn't attend an interview, right? She attended like a
It
chat.
was an informal chat.
Informal chat. Sometimes the informal chats are just a sussing opportunity to just have a chat to find out how you are, whether you'll be interested, where are you at your career now. It may not actually lead to a job interview. Because maybe there isn't the headcount or the budget to actually have that person. And this informal chat took place with the business leader, not the HR person. So usually sometimes business leaders, they want to send their feelers out there, find the right people, assess the motivations, and then they will bring back the information to HR and say, look, can you can we hire somebody? Do we have the money to hire somebody? So I'm suspecting somewhere along that line that the process didn't quite follow through.
Right.
So maybe there wasn't money.
The business leader might have jumped the gun a little bit and
sounds
offered
like
something they didn't have to offer.
Sounds like the anxious boss.
Anxious boss, not anxious auntie. Okay, so but things happen as they are. Is there something the anxious auntie can do to kind of salvage the situation a little? Because it seems like now she is in a dire position.
Yes,
right?
yes. I'm sure that the conversation really helped her as well to see maybe feel very, very hopeful about something new. So if today there's still that connection with the hiring manager or even the business leader, right? I think Anxious Auntie can reach out. Can reach out and find out like, hey, is there any follow up from this?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is this still something that we should be talking about? Or has things changed so that you can really find closure?
Get some clarity. So let's say she's no longer interested in the role, which rightfully for her, she doesn't get the right vibes from them because of what's been happening, and she decides to stay in her company. but she still has this boss whose attitudes have changed towards her to deal with. Is there something that she can do at work to kind of fix this situation?
We don't know whether the boss really knows about this interview in the first place. It's just a guess, right?
Yeah.
So I think what Anxious Auntie could do is really just to double down on the work. Right, double down on the work, get some quick wins to showcase perhaps the commitment to the company, so that kind of move from this situation if really the boss know lah, right? And also, of course, if things get really difficult, maybe seek clarity, sit down with your boss and discuss through like how come the attitude, the working relationship is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think it's good to clarify that if today there's a need to lah.
Right.
But if you're jumping the gun and wanting to talk to the boss about, are you treating me differently because you know I went for interview? I think maybe not.
Don't out yourself, right?
Yeah, don't out yourself that way.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my suggestion. But what would you do?
Well, I mean, we don't know exactly why, like you said, this boss is acting differently. It could be something in their personal life. Could be
yeah.
entirely unrelated to Anxious Auntie.
True.
I mean, she is feeling pretty anxious, so I can understand her jumping to conclusions. But you never know. You could just ask, hey, everything okay? Kind of try to speak to other people. Have you been experiencing the same level of friction with this boss? And just make sure that it's you before you jump to conclusions that it is you that they're pissed off with, right?
Yes. I also feel that for Anxious Auntie, not feeling guilty about having gone for a job interview,
Yeah.
or a chat, right? It shouldn't make Anxious Auntie feel like she did something wrong.
Yes.
I think people at workplaces these days, they get caught up for all sorts of things. A phone call from recruiter and so on and so forth. And the industries, they are not big. Sometimes your competitors called you. So it's not wrong to keep a lookout, right?
Yeah. And anyway, any boss that is going to be triggered this bad by you looking for greener pastures is not a boss that has your best interests at heart. So as much as it's not the best advice to give, maybe you shouldn't be looking to have much longer of a future with this company, right? Because
If the boss is really so close-minded to say that, oh, you are working for me, you cannot go for interviews, cannot be exploring opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think this goes totally the opposite of what we call a career development, right? Like
it's career stagnation.
Yeah, it's stagnation because you are not allowed to explore. You're not allowed to be curious about what's happening outside. And in this day and age, right, which company can guarantee you your employment?
Yeah. Because when it comes to it, if they have to let you go, they're going to let you go.
Exactly.
So
don't feel guilty, right?
So, if, like Anxious Auntie, you have a work-related dilemma, why not write to us? We are at cnapodcast@mediacorp.com.sg.
I'm Gerald.
And I'm Nat. Don't let anxiety write your story. You still get to decide what your next career move is.